I'd like to ask Lieutenant Governor Jeanette Nuñez, who is a pride of our community, to please come to the podium. Quiero pedirle a la vicegobernadora Jeanette Nuñez, que es un orgullo de nuestra comunidad, que por favor venga al podio.
Buenos dias. Good morning. It's an honor to be here with so many great elected officials that are united, that are lovers of liberty, and that have always fought for the cause of freedom. It was almost 4 years ago that I was here alongside with then Congressman DeSantis, now Governor DeSantis, when they announced that I would be his running mate. And while that was a moment of pride for me, for my family, for our community, what I think is more emblematic is the fact that Governor DeSantis showed with his nomination of me as his lieutenant governor that he cared deeply about the Hispanic community here in Florida. And that was indeed a moment of pride for this community, because he has always fought for issues that are important to the Hispanic community, whether it's our brothers and sisters on the island of Cuba, the Venezuelan community that is suffering under a tyrannical regime, or our friends in Colombia as they're facing a pivotal moment in this upcoming election. And here we are, as a community, as a state, fighting against what we see with this potential buyout of these radio stations. And why are they doing it? Because they have seen that they cannot beat us at the ballot box. They cannot beat us in the elections, because our party is the party that defends freedom, that makes sure that people can continue to pursue the American dream, that we're a party of law and order. And since the Democrats are so out of touch, and they are bleeding Hispanic support, not just in Florida, but across the country, they have no other choice to turn to people like George Soros, with his history of funding not just liberal causes, damaging causes to the very fabric of our country, in order to silence conservative voices and elect extremist candidates and support extremist causes. And so this concerted effort to take over our beloved Radio Mambi station is something that we are not going to stand idly by. And so make no mistake, they are trying to convert Radio Mambi into Radio Soros. And the governor and I are not going to stand by and allow this to happen without hearing the very strong voices of opposition, because those radio stations are the voices of the exile community. They know how important it is to not just communicate, but to communicate truth. As the daughter of Cuban immigrants, like so many people here, I know firsthand the struggles. I know the ills of communism and socialism. We cannot be lied to. We understand what it means for our community and for so many other communities, because communism and socialism means misery for all. And just like Irina, I grew up listening to Radio Mambi. My dad would take me to school in the mornings, and I would tell him, no, not again. Why do I have to listen to this? And he insisted. He would never let me change the dial. So much so that my 23-year-old daughter grew up singing jingles and listening to many of those same radio stations that I listened to, probably saying, why do I have to listen to this? But the why was so important, and I'm so glad that he never changed the dial, because at a young age, I got to understand the importance of speaking truth. So that is why we that are here today are going to continue to press forward and to unite with so many great organizations that stand for freedom. And we cannot allow Soros to take control of the one area that has conservative radio shows that are telling us the truth and will not be subjected to the spin that they love to share.